All right, this was shared with me. I'm assuming this DOJ stands for Department of Justice. They said Teresa Martin shared this, so I am going to read this in its entirety. My mouth is going to get super dry because this is long. All right. To whom it may concern, I am writing this letter to call your attention to the case of Kenneka Jenkins. 19-year-old Kenneka Jenkins was found dead in the freezer of the Crown Plaza in Rosemont, Illinois on September 10th, 2017. The following month, Kenneka's death was ruled an accident, and her case was subsequently closed by Rosemont Police Department in what many believe was a rush to judgment. Over the past 7 months, hundreds of thousands of people have dedicated their lives to the fight for justice. Justice for Kenneka Jenkins. We have examined every second of edited video, every word of any document, statement, motion filed, a police report / autopsy. We have examined every aspect of this case. We are not going away. We are not ever going to back down. In this fight for justice, we are also fighting for ourselves against a system that is unjust and unfair. We have rights. Kenneka Jenkins has rights. Unfortunately, we may never know how she met her demise due to the negligence of the Rosemont Police Department. This letter isn't going to be filed This letter isn't going to be filled while conspiracies or accusations which have undoubtedly affected this case. Attached are the Illinois procedures for properly investigating death scenes. I provided the procedures as a reference for the violations listed in this letter. I am not asking that you step in to investigate the death of Kenneka Jenkins. I am demanding it. Kenneka Jenkins' rights were violated. The investigation following the discovery of Ms. Jenkins' body is well documented on video. The footage and all other documents pertaining to Ms. Jenkins' case were released to the public on October 20th, 2017. In releasing the documents, Rosemont Police Department made it clear to the public that they failed to properly investigate. They were convinced early on that Ms. Jenkins' death was an accident. One fact remains: Rosemont Police Department failed to follow procedure when investigating the suspicious death of Kenneka Jenkins. The following is a list of violations and inconsistencies. The body was moved before the medical examiner arrived. Evidence was mishandled. The medical examiner's assistant, green jacket, is seen on video trying to put an unidentified object in his jacket pocket. He then puts the same object under the blanket on the gurney with Kenneka Jenkins' body. The crime scene was not sealed off. The scene, including the parking lot and the specified parameters in the police procedures, should have been sealed. Approximately 50 people contaminated the crime scene. Many of them were officers. Some were in the uniform, others were in plain clothes. None of them had proper clothing or footwear. Inconsistencies in the crime scene photos. There is an Adidas shoe print right next to Ms. Jenkins' body. She wore Jordans. In later photos, the area appears to have been wiped clean. There is what appears to be black burned plastic and soot located mainly around her body. After her body was moved, the burned plastic soot is not under her body. It made an outline of her body. The only explanation is that the plastic soot came from her body. No explanation as to why there is dirt on the inside area of Ms. Jenkins' shoes. There is a substance on her stomach that appears to be semen. Black material on her fingernail that did not match her clothing. Clothing showed signs of a struggle. Ms. Jenkins' hair did not have bangs in the footage released of her arriving at the hotel. In the crime scene photo, she had bangs. Her hair is also singed and soaking wet. There were no fingernail scrapings, DNA, or any other biological items collected or tested. Ms. Jenkins' body was listed as frozen, but it was not properly thawed. Crime scene photos show an ice cube next to her foot. In other photos, the ice cube is melted into a puddle. In later photos, the puddle that formed from the melted ice is frozen. Proper photos and measurements were not taken of the scene. There are no shots above the door frame. Photos appear to be cropped. Jenkins' mother is adamant that there was a camera above the freezer door. She also stated that she points at cameras along the route to the freezer. This video footage seems to support her claims. She is seen in several areas pointing towards the cameras. On the footage of the kitchen where the body was found, officers can be seen pointing at the camera that recorded Jenkins entering the kitchen. Jenkins' mother then points in the direction of the freezer. There is a coffee cup sitting on the stainless steel table. It was never collected during the investigation. The cup later disappears. The original hard drive was not collected. Rosemont received the footage on thumb drives early in the investigation. They were given a copy of the hard drive on October 15, 2017, just days before closing the case. The breaker box in the kitchen where the body was found is open in photos, then closed during the Faro scan. Police said they never turned on or off. Ceiling tiles were moved. The Faro scan shows the camera in different locations. It was first documented and reported that there were 47 cameras. They later changed the amount of cameras. They listed several cameras that would have called Mrs. Jenkins' alleged path to the kitchen as broken. They did not verify how long said cameras had been broken. There were 2 cameras that were listed as inoperable and are questionable. The camera labeled Laundry 2 was listed as inoperable, but footage from the camera was released. The camera labeled Kosher Kitchen Stairs is listed as inoperable. This camera is important because it was located directly outside of the kitchen in which Ms. Jenkins' body was found. In evidence photos taken on September 10th at 2:07, the camera has 2 working lights, one red, one blue. The camera was on. The camera was discovered inoperable on September 14 and also repaired on September 14. The police did not see unedited video before they closed the case. The family nor the attorney has seen the unedited video. It has not been provided. Conflicting reports. The original news reports state the Jenkins was seen near the front desk of the hotel around 3:30 a.m. No footage of Jenkins near the front desk has been provided. No explanation for this conflicting report has been provided. On September 14, 2007, community activist Andrew Holmes gave a press conference in which he stated that he was shown video by the Rosemont Police Department. He stated that he saw Kenneka Jenkins open the door to the freezer and walk in the freezer by herself. Y'all go see my video where I talked about that liar. He also stated that Jenkins was in the lobby. He later recanted his statements. Although he recanted his statements, his press conference was before the footage of Jenkins was released to the public on September 15, 2017. Andrew Holmes knew many details of Kenneka Jenkins' path and whereabouts before the footage was released to the public. He knew the details about the freezer before photos as footage was released to the public. He states that the police allowed him access to the freezer. Rosemont police never denied working with Holmes. Never denied working with Holmes. It is also worth noting that Rosemont Police Department has been involved in several lawsuits in which they have been accused of misconduct. The misconduct includes covering up crimes and removing surveillance cameras that may have captured illegal activity. I'm talking in bold, since they didn't put that in bold. That's very important. Officers removed Ms. Jenkins' personal items from her body. They then proceeded to handle the items without gloves and take pictures of the items on their personal cell phones. We demand that you not only investigate the Rosemont Police Department, but that Kenneka Jenkins gets a fair, I call her Jenkins, but that Kenneka Jenkins gets a fair chance at justice. This can only be achieved by reopening her case. Due to the negligence of Rosemont Police Department, we are aware that much of the evidence is probably long gone or destroyed. Her body should be exhumed and her case reopened. The police department needs to be held accountable. Thank you for your time and consideration of this letter. Well, there you have it. It's your girl at Tiffany M. Draper. And it was told to me, this was sent to me, and it was said that Miss Martin shared this on her page. I'm not sure, but if she didn't share this, she needs to share this. Has a couple of typos, but for the most part, you get the gist of what this person was saying. It was a thorough breakdown of everything. They probably did even more things that was wrong that wasn't included in this letter. But anyone with eyes, anyone with common sense, anyone with no common sense could see that this was a massive cover up. It's your girl at Tiffany M. Draper. If you want to send me anything regarding this case or anything that you would like for me to cover on my YouTube channel of any topic, you can email me tiffanymdraper@gmail.com. Make sure you check out my website, tiffanymdraper.com, and you can find me on any social media site under the username at Tiffany M. Draper. I'm trying to see what I'm looking at. National Crime Scene Planning Panel. Oh, okay. And I told you I took forensics as an elective in college, and we had to actually go to crime scenes and learn how to process it and all that stuff. We had to wear the proper garments, the little things on our shoes, everything, so you won't contaminate the crime scene. It's as if they intentionally did everything wrong on purpose, so that if they were forced to reopen the case, they can say, well, the crime scene was contaminated. Everyone was walking through. We can't really do any thorough investigations without it being compromised. It's as if they did that on purpose, y'all. But it's funny that I would land on this right here, because bite marks, foreign stains on body, fingernail swabbing clippings, all this. That's what they were supposed to do with Kenneka, but they didn't do it. I wonder why. Split cut is an easy way to share videos to social media. Just choose whether you want 60 seconds or 30 seconds. Then choose the clip that you want to split cut. Split cut will automatically size it down to the 60-second or 30-second time snippet that you chose. After it's done processing, you'll be able to view the video. If you want to remove the split cut watermark, it's 99 cents a month. It doesn't get much more affordable than that. Then you'll be able to share it on any social media site. You can even share it on Messenger. So, if you want an easy way to be able to share large videos on social media, download Split Cut in the Google Play Android market today.